Sure. Thady, can I?
Thady,
sorry. I was just going to start, John. The value proposition, why would somebody pay you to do that versus just do it with their own mobile phone?
I think the quality, first of all. I think you often see video footage that would, particularly YouTube, which would be the most common form that a lot of people would see. Video footage where it can be quite good. It still doesn't come anywhere near HD format, for example. HD format right now is available in most, like the camera I'm using there now, that's HD format. That footage, once it's compressed down to fit onto a video, the quality is still there. Whereas, for example, with mobile phone video footage, when you compress that down to make sure that can go online, that can decrease the quality of the footage. So it gets very grainy, basically. And I think then if you're presenting your business, you want to make sure your business is presented in as good quality as possible, you know. So,
Thady, is there any new technology, or are you using existing technology? In other words, are you just selling your footwork where you walk to the site and record it, and you're using standard technology, or is there any particular unique technology you're using?
Presently, no, there isn't really. I think it's more about the way I'm using the technology, which I think is more innovative. Obviously, it's not something you can as such patent to think, but I think because I feel like I haven't come across anybody else who's actually doing this, I can become a leader in actually doing this. So if somebody feels as though they want to have their video on whatever format they would like, that they've heard of this company that can do this for them, you know. So, I mean, probably the newest innovation is the iPad, I think, which could be something I would be very looking forward to getting hold of one and playing around. I think that as a sales tool as well could actually be invaluable, you know. So.
Just a question on who is this aimed at? Is it the end customer of a property, or would it be the construction company trying to convince other, large capital customers, to take them as their construction company, or is it the end user, that people that have bought a house from the drawing board with all the beautiful pictures and images. From that side, I would think, if you see a building half finished, you've put a lot of money on the table, that's not necessarily a great thing to watch if you have the end product in mind. Well, I can see the benefit for the construction company to show their expertise to, other larger capital customers.
Sure. Primarily at the moment, it would be focused mostly at the construction companies for them to use as a tool to help promote, like it's mentioned, confidence, to show that this is the work they're doing right now. As an example, I think a big area where this is actually quite a valuable tool would be green technologies. So I think a lot of companies now, they have a lot of new technologies that people out there don't really know about, or maybe not realize the value of having in their property. And the quickest, most efficient way of getting the point across about what technology does is through video. So I feel that there's a lot of value in doing that as well. Because, we're all here today, we're talking about new ideas and new technologies. To get that point across is a challenge in itself as well, and to show people how they're actually using this. So I think at the present moment, it would be mostly construction companies using the medium to get their point across, you know.
Thady, I like the fact that you're in the web space, and I like the fact that you're doing video. My question is a fundamental one, and maybe this is where I'll turn into my TV persona and become nasty looking. It's the old adage in business, it's the old saying that there's nobody else doing what you're doing, so there's certainly a gap in the market. The question is there a market in that gap? And the reason that you haven't got customers is, I'm wondering, is it that you love the technology and you see, the technology, and you're trying to squeeze it into a market where there currently is no demand for it? And I'm wondering, in terms of if you look at what you're doing, say a company like NetWatch, who does remote monitoring and video of premises for thousands of customers a lot of building sites around the country for security reasons. There's a very clearly defined need that they want to monitor that and reduce the cost of having static guards or mobile guards walking around the site. So there's a need, and that product solution meets that need. So I'm trying to find, is it the fact that the reason that you're not getting more customers is that there's just no need for what you're currently offering, notwithstanding that what you're offering is good? Sure.
No, it's a good point, all right. I think that the challenge I have found is that in order to create the market and to show the benefits of it is the key, is probably the answer to that question. At the moment, people relate video to maybe their cousin's wedding video, or they relate it to maybe on the other scale, getting in a crew or a team of people showing and saying, we're doing an ad or something like that. So I think at the moment people have ideas of video this is what you're getting when you're talking about video. I'm looking at video at a different angle as such. It's the speed of having the information, getting it up there, getting it up online. For example, I think Facebook is a great example of this. Well, I've already mentioned YouTube, but Facebook, you can have people, signed into a project. They can then get, you can upload a video very quickly onto Facebook. They could then see the work going on and continuing on at that. So, for example, a newsletter would be another prime example. If you've got people registering interest in the business, I think it's important that the company informs them as quickly as they can, or not as quickly as they can, but informs them as well as they can about what the work they're doing. So I think that is the biggest challenge, and I see what you mean. That's probably what's keeping me awake at night sometimes, that this possibly doesn't have a market. But that's what I'm out there here right now doing, challenging that idea.
Well, just before you finish, let me sort of give you a comment on it. And I would be concerned for you because you're doing what many of us did, and that is trying to pioneer. And if you know anything about the West of America and the Wild West, most of the pioneers got shot. And it was the settlers who came in after that. So it's very dangerous to be first to market. And secondly, as a small startup company, it's also slow and hugely expensive. And so what I would be trying to, I don't immediately see the fit for what you're doing for the construction sector because of where it's at. And I would see it applied to things like hotels, for wedding venues or for conference venues, where you want to see video conferencing. You want to see what the venue looks like and get a touch and feel, so that you can search the market and then narrow it down so you can go and visit a particular venue. I would caution you to tread carefully in terms of the market.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much. Any question from the audience? Or yes?
I presume you could actually video a house in relation to different technologies and do it in different languages so it would be available all over the world. So for instance, if you were installing smart metering in a house in Abu Dhabi, that would be available on a phone in Iraqi to Iraq or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be very much possible. All right, So again, it's just another use of again expanding the thought of how to use videos. But yeah, absolutely, that'd be no problem.
The second point was we were involved in quite a large construction project. Every month we got about 20 pages of photographs from the main contractor to show how the project was developing on site. Again, that could be done in a construction video, which would show an awful lot more of detail.
Yeah.
And also problems that were occurring on the site.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you.
Very good, thanks. Sorry, we won't have time for more questions. Thanks very much. Thanks.
I can tell you my own experience of video. We did some videos of the technologies that we have to license, put them up on the website, and within a week of putting them up on YouTube, we had an article in the Herald, in the papers, where one of the journalists spotted it, and they were able to take from the commentary in the video, take that commentary and use it in their press piece. So video is quite an attractive.